Sessions. I'm Brooke. Every week we talk about movies, filmmaking, movies we love, the industry, all of that. And so if you really enjoy that, I hope you'll stick around. I hope you enjoy this episode. And this week we are actually doing a really fun episode that I thought would be really fun to do because Scream 7 comes out this Friday, which is 2 days from when this episode will go live. And I know I've talked about it before. I love the Scream franchise. I love horror movies, love scary movies, but particularly Scream has always been my favorite horror franchise for a lot of reasons. Now, I do love Me Halloween also, although I feel like the sequels to Scream are done much better than the sequels to Halloween. Like the original Halloween, absolutely any day. I love the original Halloween. So good. Some of the sequels get a little off track. But with Scream, while they may take different flavors, right? They may be a little different. I feel like they really the whole time stick true, for the most part, to the heart of the Scream franchise. Like, the reason the original was made is still felt in the sequels. Now, the most recent sequels, 5 and 6, have been up for discussion, right? Like how people feel about it. You either really like the Sam Tara timeline or you don't. I honestly am kind of in the middle with that. It's not my favorite. Sydney will always be my favorite. Like, Sydney is the final girl. But I also did like a lot of the freshness that Sam and Tara brought to it. I thought it was a good, fresh perspective. Now, that doesn't mean I want Sydney out of it, but it was good. I do think they had some good things in there. Are those my favorite? Not by any stretch of the imagination, but I do still appreciate them and I do still watch them. Not gonna be the first ones I watch within the franchise. The original will always be my favorite, but I do still appreciate them. They are still good. So, yeah. Scream also has a dynamic to it that is one that I haven't seen done as well in other places when it's been attempted, and that is the meta of it all. Scream is very self aware. It makes jokes about itself, not just horror movies generally, but like about the Scream movies specifically. It'll make fun of itself, and I love it. It's so fun seeing that element added to it. Also, as a movie lover, seeing the element of the Scream franchise that has always been there with the movie film theme, whether it was being a fan of movies in Scream 3, making movies, into like 4 being new media almost. It's very, very movie fan coded, and I love it for that as well. But it's also very clever. Like, it's always been super clever with how it does things, where it's not a parody, right? Like, it's not making fun of these things in that way. It is poking at things enough to where it's saying like, hey, we're self-aware, we understand, but also taking itself seriously, and like, there's some gnarly kills, right? Stuff like that. So I'm really excited for Scream 7, not the least mostly because Sydney is back and I cannot wait. I am so excited that Sydney is back, and I'm really excited to see how they use, Some of the other characters that I've heard they're bringing back. So when Scream 7 was first in production, there was a lot of talk about what the storyline was going to be bringing Sydney back. And then it became announced that a whole bunch of people were starting to add to the casting list. And one of those people, along with some others that I don't know if I want to share because I don't want to spoil anything unknowingly. Obviously, nobody has watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet. So I don't know if it would be a spoiler to point it out. But this one has been major. In fact, he's in the trailer. Is Matthew Lillard, who played Stu Macher in Scream 1, who was the co-serial killer. He was one of the killers in Scream 1, who gets what very much could be assumed killed in the first one. And what's really funny and entertaining about that is Matthew Lillard for years has been on this campaign that Stu could still be alive. Stu could have survived that. And a bunch of the fans were either on one side or the other, like either, yes, bring Stu back. Stu survived. Stu's alive. Or on the other side of it, going, no, that, bro, like we love your character, but there's no way he survived that. And if you try to play it off as if he could have, it's just going to be really off. Like, that's not going to work. And then in the trailer, at the end of it, you hear him saying, "This is going to be fun." I don't know if I'd be able to play it here without copyright concerns, but I will link the trailer. You can go watch it and hear it at the end, right as it's almost done. He's like, this is gonna be fun. And that's one of his lines from Scream. And it's him. It's clearly his voice. So I'm just very curious to see how they use him. Like, how is he in it? There's a lot of speculation around everything, a bunch of theories. I try to avoid going too deep on those because I don't want anything to be accurate and like ruin it for me. So I'm not paying attention too closely. I have seen some stuff pop up because the internet is going to internet, but I'm trying to be careful. Instead of making predictions today about what I think is going to happen in Scream 7, in preparation for getting very excited for Scream 7, I want to talk about 5 of my top moments from the Scream franchise. So, including all the movies, every single one of them. Some of my highlights. I would have to combine 5 and 6, which might be possible, to only have 5 and do one from each movie. It's just going to be tough. Maybe I'll do 6. Okay, I'm not changing my mind. We'll do 6 top moments, one from each movie. Okay, first movie. This is going to be the hardest. There are so many good moments in the first movie. Okay, I'm going to choose one and then give an honorable mention. So, the highlight from the first movie has to be the opening. It's iconic. Drew Barrymore is so incredible in that opening. It's written so well. I love that opening. So I have to say the opening for that one, but my honorable mention, the one I would have share that spot. And these are like my top moments in this series, really, because the first movie is my favorite. That would be the end scene in the kitchen with Billy, Stu, and Sydney, where Matthew Lillard is just going crazy with the improv in a really beautiful way. You have him on the phone with Sydney going, "Did you really call the cops? My parents are gonna be so mad at me." And that's like my favorite line from the movie. You also have when the phone gets thrown at him and he calls Billy a dick. It's just such a good scene. So, so good. So if I'm forced to choose, the opening is a classic. But the ending kitchen scene is so good and really sets up for the rest of the franchise. So those are my two moments for that. I do also want to take a second to share about the winter screenings for Like a Butterfly. I know we talk about filmmaking on this show every week, and it can feel like such a breeze of a conversation, but there's a lot that goes into making a film. And when I made Like a Butterfly, I had a mission to share about Turner syndrome, to encourage other women, and share stories of resilience and strength. And that's what I'm hoping to do with the winter screenings. All of the work I've done for Turner syndrome advocacy on my YouTube channels, on my podcast, on my personal social media, it's very, very mission oriented, passion based work for me. I truly feel called to share these stories. And that's what I did. That's what I did with Like a Butterfly. That's what I hope to continue to do and to grow the audience for it, to get the word out there, especially as it is Turner Syndrome Awareness Month. So, if you enjoy the studio sessions, if you have watched my YouTube channels, if you have listened to either of my podcasts, if you have been impacted or touched by any of the work I have done, whether it was sharing about filmmaking on this podcast, sharing about Turner syndrome, I want to invite you to partner with me in spreading the word about Like a Butterfly, in supporting the filmmaking, in supporting Like a Butterfly, and also in supporting future projects where more movies like a Butterfly can be made through purchasing a ticket to the winter screenings. I will put the link in the description. I would love to have you join me for the film and the conversation, and in furthering the mission of good storytelling and filmmaking, telling stories that matter. The second movie, I would say one of my top highlight moments from that film has to be the Gale chase scene. The Gale chase scene where she and Dewey are being chased by Ghostface in the school, in like the audio room and the film archive. That's such a good chase scene. So good. A honorable mention for that would be the scene in the cop car where they have to quietly, without waking up Ghostface, climb out the window across him. Oh my gosh. So intense. And the sound is so quiet, so you're like focused in. It's so good. So those would be that. I'm giving multiple scenes for you. Okay. I'm going to avoid doing that for Scream 3. Scream 3, my highlight is the Sydney Roman fight. After the reveal, he takes off the ghost face mask and it's him. And she's like, "Who are you?" And they fight. Like they just start going after each other. He goes on this like monologue and she's like, "Hurry up. I've heard all of them." They go back and forth. That's such a good ending, such a strong ending, and it really shows Sydney is like the ultimate final girl. Because she's like, "No, I'm done with this. I'm over it. I'm tired of this. This is getting old and I'm like, this needs to stop. We're done. It's over." And just like I think in her mind, she almost switches to, "No, I'm tired of feeling like the victim. This is done. I'm fighting back." And she doesn't hold back in fighting back. It's so good. So that would be my highlight for that. Okay, Scream 4. Scream 4, my highlight would probably be the Kirby scene where she's on the phone with Ghostface and Kieran Culkin's character is in the chair outside, just like the opening in the first scene, recreating it. And she's having to list all of these movies, just rattle them off, trying to win the trivia, right? Win the whole "what's your favorite scary movie" and all the trivia questions, and prove that she knows scary movies. I really related with that moment as a like movie lover when I was watching that scene and she's trying to think of them. I'm like going through in my head, like, oh my gosh, this. Like I started answering in my head for her. I loved that scene. I thought Hayden Panettiere did such a good job, and I loved that scene. So that was a highlight for me from Scream 4. Okay, Scream 5. Scream 5, I think the highlight was the opening for me. Jenna Ortega recreating with its own twist on it the opening from Scream 1, where, she's still talking about movies, but like she's giving a critique from her generation's viewpoint of like, oh, those old ones, what about the modern elevated horror, and I thought it was I really thought Jenna Ortega did a really good job with it, and I really enjoyed it. So I would say that opening is my highlight from Scream 5. Scream 6. My highlight from Scream 6, this might seem weird, and this scene has gotten a lot of backlash from actually probably be Gail's chase scene. It was really good. And I don't think we had seen Gail have that strong of a scene for at least three of them, right? Like, I think that part in Scream 2 was her last really strong solo scene. And she was up against Ghostface and up against Ghostface in such a kind of Sydney at the end of Scream 3 way where she was like, no, I'm done with this crap. Like, I'm done. It's over. I'm fighting back. We're ending this. It was really good. I actually really liked it. I don't think I liked how they ended it because they are very vague on really what happened with her for way too long. Like, they make you question for far too long whether she's okay. And I didn't like that. So I didn't like the ending to that scene, but I liked the scene itself. I liked that Gail got a chase scene and that she went toe to toe with Ghostface. I did like that. So that was probably my highlight from 6. And now we'll see what my highlight from 7 is. I'm really excited. So I I know what my ranking of the Scream movies would be. If I had to choose, if I had to put them in a line, put them in order of like my ranking of them, Scream 1 would be at the top. Then Scream 3, then Scream 4, then Scream 2, then 5. That's how mine would. That's that's what I'm thinking mine is right now. And we'll see where 7 may end up in that. We'll see. Cuz Sydney being back is a big thing for me. Like I was really thrown off and really did not like Sydney not being there for 6. And how little she was already in 5. Like she already was not in 5 very much. But then in 6, she wasn't in it at all. And I don't know. I am one that kind of feels like it's not a Scream movie without Sydney. It just doesn't feel like a Scream movie without Sydney. And so to have Sydney back, she's she's the main story, right? And it to be her and her daughter going against Ghostface, like I'm so excited to see how this plays out. If you love the Scream movies, it comes out Friday. I will absolutely let you guys know what I think of it. I'm not sure exactly yet when I'm going to have a chance to see it. So until I do, I'm going to need to be super careful about spoilers because I don't want it to get ruined for me. But I'm coordinating with my husband so we can go see it because I'm really excited. And hopefully we can go see it like as soon as possible after it comes out. But it comes out on Friday. So I'm so excited. I can't believe it's already here. It feels like that came so fast. And I'm excited. I'm just excited. I keep saying that. So if you like the Scream movies, let me know your thoughts on my ranking, on my highlights, what your highlight scenes would be. If you go see Scream 7, I hope you enjoy it. I will try to touch base after I'm able to see it. I'm trying to be careful about spoilers. So, if you see it and and want to comment, just be careful about spoilers for all of us in the comments. But I hope you enjoy it, and I'll touch base and let you guys know, update you. So, that that's what I have for you this week. Just a lot of excitement for Scream. That's what I've been feeling this entire time. I cannot wait. And yeah, let me know if there's a movie you're really excited about right now, whether it's Scream 7 or a different movie that's coming out. I would love to hear. I love new movie excitement. So I would love to see a comment with that. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was fun. If you have not checked out the Scream franchise by now, I do encourage you to give it a chance. It is very well done, in my opinion. And I think it's worth giving it a shot. So that is my recommendation for the week. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll talk to you next week, where we'll see if I have had a chance to see Scream 7 yet. I hope as quickly as possible. I'll talk to you guys then. The Studio Sessions is a Butterfly Entertainment production. You can keep up with all of our podcasts, YouTube videos, films, and other projects on our Instagram page. We are at Butterfly Entertainment Group. Thanks for listening.